Hey everyone, Ben here, finally immersing myself in Ricardo Pombero's wonderful Racing Life career companion app for AMS2, because with the new updates to the title, the core game is finally ready for a career mode. Now, Racing Life essentially provides you with the trappings of a career mode for AMS2. You start out by selecting a driver background. That dictates how much money and fame you start with, and these in turn will determine which series you can enter and which cars you can buy. The more successful you are, the more cash and fame you'll generate, and the more higher level motor racing championships that will open up to you. And as you can see, a whole world of motorsport is featured in the calendar within the app, giving you an array of options to race through and begin building your legacy. What's great about this is it showcases the diversity of content AMS2 has to offer and allows for the role-playing of all different kinds of motorsport careers. Competitions take place over a number of months with different rounds scheduled in the calendar. So I've signed up for my first competition. I now need to go and get a car to race in. So we head to the car dealer, and while it's clear I can't come close to affording a car outright, I can lease a motor for a monthly cost. Now I'll confess I haven't done any pre-calculations here, so I might be setting myself on the path to financial ruin, but for now I'm going to lease the Nissan to get ready for round 1 of the championship. I can though give myself a financial boost by signing on a sponsor. As you can see, you get a number of options, and I'm going to play it safe in terms of sponsor expectations and go with Gulf for now. Providing I see the checkered flag, I'll see a payout. Now it's time to hop into AMS2 itself and set up a championship to reflect the Racing Life options. I'm keeping it as authentic as I can and running 105 difficulty with high aggression for the AI. And with that, it's time to get on track and begin my racing life proper. Okay then, getting ready to go green for my first ever race in Racing Life. Now we're at Road America in the GT3 World Challenge, and I've qualified dead last. It was torrential rain in qualifying and I just couldn't get a lap together, so I've got my work cut out for me as we barrel down into T1 here. And again, really impressive from the new AI here in AMS2 that everybody gets through cleanly and crucially gets through smoothly as well. Really quite realistic positioning of cars across the track here as we come around the outside into T2 and onto the very long back straight where you really want to stay in the tow. But coming up at the bottom of the hill is a moment of maximum danger. Let's see if we can all get through here. We're up into P18. So we've gained a couple of spots off the start, but I'm just holding my breath here as we get into the braking zone, and it looks as if we're going to squeeze an extra position as I close in on the rear wing of the Nissan up ahead and maybe catch the McLaren on exit 2 of Barnes. We're going to be side by side as we come up the hill and through the very tricky left-hander as we just about squeeze him out there, and we're now up into P16, so a really successful start here. Now, we are running realistic weather data here, and that means the track is very cold, and as we get onto lap 2 I'm still struggling to get the car up to temperature. So we're in P16, I've got Burgess up ahead of me in the Nissan as well, but Barnes behind is putting pressure on. I'm not yet sure what a realistic ambition for this race is. As we're closing up in the draft here, I'm going to try and make a move, get up into the top 15 alongside Burgess into the braking zone. Cars vying for position up ahead as well, and we're just able to squeeze him out there. And actually, because of that move, it looks like Burgess lost a position to Barnes as well. Very opportunistic from the AI there, as again you can see I'm wrestling the car on this very cold Road America track. We're on to lap 3 and you can see the red McLaren of Barnes is still looming large behind me here as we're going through what look like post-apocalyptic trees in the dead of winter here at Road America. Down my inside, here comes Barnes, and again another great showcase of the AI, not just content to give you a battle, they'll actually squeeze past you as well. And look at the Mercedes looming large in the rearview mirror now. That's Cortez, and he's fancying a move as well. I'm going to try and get Barnes straight back here, but I'm wide through the right-hander. I've missed the apex there, and you can see, far from attacking, I'm now defending down the inside from Cortez, who's going to try and move around the outside. Actually, he thinks better of it. There isn't really room to go around the outside there. If you don't have the inside line, you're really going to struggle to make a pass. But as you can see from the pressure that I'm under here, this is no last place to glory charge through the field. The AI now is so competitive that it just adds to that sense of immersion and authenticity as I'm trying to give Cortez as little room as I possibly can through the right-hander. But in the end, although I keep him behind there, it's not going to last. As we come to the end of the lap, he's on a charge here. He's got more pace than I do at this stage of the race, and we're going to be side by side as we climb the hill to cross the start-finish line. I'm resigned at this point that I'm going to be losing this position. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to hold it around his outside, and actually he's clear past me as we head into T1. So this, I think, is the perfect time to be diving into Racing Life or returning to it if you've played it previously. All of the role-playing opportunities, the calendar, the financial decisions, they're now all underpinned by great on-track action, which really draws you into the experience. Now we've skipped forward again, and I've actually lost another position to Burgess there, but I'm going to challenge it back down the inside, so we're back up. But now look up the road, another great emerging feature of AMS2, AI mistakes. That's Cortez off to the right hand side. He's lost it through the carousel. Let's see it again on replay. Now yes, this looks just a little bit clunky as he fails to gather it, and then the back end whips around, but nevertheless, if you don't look too closely at this kind of thing, it does add to the immersion, and hopefully they're going to keep refining features like that as we rejoin the live action. And again, I'm squeezing onto the rear wing of cars up ahead who are themselves battling for position. I've got more of a gap now to the drivers behind. I'm going to try and make a move around the outside here, but that's going to be really difficult. The Nissan up ahead both attacking the McLaren but also defending for me. Now because I know I've got a sponsorship objective to see the end of the race, it's just playing with my decision making as to how much of a gamble to take. But the gap has opened up on the inside here. I very nearly get out onto the grass and have a similar spin to Cortez. Oh, the two cars are slightly stuck together there. I promise I wasn't trying to squeeze the other driver out of space there. That was maybe just a little bit of a collision glitch there between the two cars, but we survive it, we both get through. And then as we come towards the end of the lap, look up ahead again, we've got an AI driver taking to pit lane, and he's only got one working rear tail light, so something has gone on another part of the track. And what you'll see when you check out the replays, it's a massive collision, another AI driver mistake up the road. This time the Porsche driver just getting it wrong and can't collect it on the exit of the corner. The cold track catching out another driver, and then a rejoin that will be familiar to anybody who's raced online. Huge shunt, perhaps a little bit more work required on the AI's ability to get back on track having crashed. But on to the final lap now then. I was trying to push for a top 10, it just didn't work out, so I'm going to finish this first round of my Racing Life career outside of the points. But this was 30 minutes of intense battling, really enjoyable. I've got to say, I think this is going to be an experience that I come back to alongside my online racing in other titles, because this was really enjoyable. And you can only hope that Reza are planning a similar integrated career mode. Let's then use the Racing Life app to punch in my results from this first round. We'll get an immediate update in terms of my fame, in terms of my finances, which will begin to start setting the picture for how the rest of this season might play out. We're into February now, we've got more races to come in this championship. So get in the comments, let me know if you'd like to see more of this on the channel and what your experiences have been of using Racing Life 2. And I will see you on the next one.